Hello and welcome to another PlanetDestiny video. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I've had a lot of requests to do a video on tips for sniping, but I don't think there was really enough in that one topic to make a good video on it. So instead of just tips, I'll be giving you my impressions on all the new sniper rifles available in the game that came with House of Wolves, and how you should roll your snipers for PvP. This video will not pertain to PvE at all. If my opinion about a sniper rifle sounds weird, it's because it only applies to PvP. So first off, let's see exactly what stats are priorities for a PvP sniper rifle. Fortunately, my LDR is pretty much exactly what you want in terms of a PvP sniper rifle. Its rate of fire isn't too slow, so you can get a follow-up body shot on someone. The range is, well, it's a sniper rifle, so that doesn't really apply to PvP since most of the maps are just too small. The stability is high enough that landing rapid shots can be done without much correction on your part, and its reload is in the middle of the pack for sniper rifles. The main feature of it that makes it my go-to sniper is its impact. The impact class of 31 means that it can kill anyone that has an overshield from being resurrected. Usually takes someone out who has pretty much any damage on them, and most importantly, it can kill an active Blade Dancer or Sunsinger. I value this mainly because I play 3v3 game modes where I'm having to constantly kill people that were just resurrected, or kill a Sunsinger that decided to try and ruin my day. I'll admit it's rare to kill a Blade Dancer, but the knowledge that I can brings a big factor into me using this weapon. Aside from the stats, the perks on this particular LDR are why I love it so much. First off, it has the ambush scope. I'll get more into the scopes in a little bit. The first perk is Surplus, which for the most part is completely wasted in PvP, except that when you initially spawn into the game it will double your ammo. This works in tandem with Field Scout perk to give me 12 shots. During the first minute or two of a game, I'm not having to worry about scrounging for ammo. I can simply concentrate on sniping. The special ammo meta is one to be focused on if you're wanting to be a primary sniper player, since you have to budget your shots according to your ammo. Since I don't have to worry about that as much, I can easily justify taking some riskier shots knowing that I have another 6 rounds in reserve. The final perk on this gun is the one that's caused much controversy in the community. Yes, this rifle that I am so fond of has the final round perk. Before you get in a huff though, there's a very large difference between my sniping styles and the style of a final rounder sniper. As mentioned before, I value this gun because I spawn with 12 rounds. That means I'm going to try and get the most out of every single one of those shots, often reloading my magazine before I can get to the final round, just so I have more chances to kill before I have to reload. The final round is there as an absolute last-ditch effort. If I happen to completely run out of ammo in a clip and I'm in a clutch moment, then sure, I might just go for a body shot with that round since it'll probably kill the target. That's a big difference from the type of player who empties their magazine for that one chance to kill someone. So, that's my LDR. There's not many like it, which makes me love it even more. So moving on now, let's talk about the new sniper rifles that came with the House of Wolves expansion. It should be noted that one of the best perks is no longer available on any of these weapons. Field Scout was removed as a roll option, so if you have a pre-House of Wolves sniper that you like that has that, chances are that'll be your best friend already. House of Wolves introduced a new class of sniper, the ultra-fast firing low-impact variety. If you get the 2020 AMR-7 or the Subtle Nudge, just dismantle them. They take 3 body shots to kill someone and cannot kill a shielded target in a single headshot. You are much better off going with the next archetype of snipers, which is the high rate of fire, low impact one. If you like Prey's Revenge for PvP, then these are going to be the rifles for you. The Eye of Soul from Trials, Amplified GEO D6 from the Vanguard Quartermaster, and the Violator 12 are all in that category. If you're using this style of rifle, then you should really only be using it in 6v6 play modes where you won't run into overshields. These cannot kill with a headshot on an overshielded target, but still offer great stats for hitting a lot of headshots. They also kill in 2 body shots, which is much better than the previously mentioned archetype. Personally, I'm still not a fan of this particular type of sniper rifle, since I really like having the peace of mind that I can kill an approaching Sunsinger or Blade Dancer. Don't let that opinion dissuade you though. If this class of rifle is one that you use and enjoy, by all means continue using it. The next archetype is the medium rate of fire and medium impact. Patience and Time is a good example of this. This is the lowest impact archetype that can kill someone with a headshot if they have an overshield. The low-grade Humility is the only one that was added in with this expansion pack. I already rolled one a while back to try it out. I do enjoy using this archetype of rifle from time to time since I can res snipe with it, but again I already found that the slightly higher impact from LDR class is my preferred cup of tea. Next up is the medium rate of fire, high impact rifles, or as I call them, the best class of snipers. That is of course just my opinion though. The Shadow of Veils and Her Benevolence were the new ones that were added with House of Wolves. If you're looking to make a rifle that's similar to mine, then grab Her Benevolence from the Prison of Elders chest, as that'll be your best bet. They're extremely similar in base stats, with the LDR being slightly better in everything except aim assistance. More on that in a bit though. The final archetype of rifle is the evil, low rate of fire, high impact variety. Popularized by Aphrodite's Spear, this class of sniper rifle does everything the LDR does, but slower and with more damage and recoil. Fortunately, there weren't any new ones added in House of Wolves, but you can still get Aphrodites from the Iron Banner. So let's go over the perks that you should be going for. First up are the scopes. The first scope option is usually going to be the long range one. Of these, for PvP, I would recommend the Hawkeye SLR-15. The other ultra long range scopes just don't have a place here, and the Hawkeye is the lowest zoom option. In the second option, you actually have two choices. Short Gaze SLH-10 and the Long View SLR-10 are my two favorite ones here. The Short Gaze is in the lowest magnification class of scopes, but affects the stability and handling of the rifle, so I tend to avoid it. The long view has an ever so slightly higher zoom, but it's still usable in PvP. Some people actually prefer it over the shorter zoom scope, so give it a try for yourself. The bottom options are between the Ambush SLH-25 and the Taxus SLS-15. Some people swear by the Taxus, and rightfully so. It does have the best stats on paper, but personally I'm not a fan of the way it warps the edges of your scope view. It's a really small and neat effect, but I just find it distracting. So my preferred scope is the Ambush SLH-25. It's in the lowest zoom category of scopes, and it helps out with stability, and then it also cuts down the range some, but that doesn't really matter in PvP. So as a quick overview of those scopes, the higher magnification scopes are best left for PvE. Maps in Destiny are really small, so the shorter zoom scopes are going to be the best fit for almost 99% of engagements. Even when you go into the largest maps like Bastion or First Light, the low zoom scopes just have you covered. Now earlier I was talking about aim assistance, and I actually just put out another video that goes in depth on the stat itself, so check out that if you still have questions. But a short summary of aim assistance and sniper rifles is this. Having a high aim assistance won't pull your bullets to people's heads, at least on sniper rifles. They tend to shoot exactly where you are pointing them. What it does affect is how long your scope will stick on a target. So for PvP, I generally recommend that you have a sniper with an aim assistance of at least 60, at least when you're starting out and learning. As you get more comfortable with landing headshots and tracking moving targets, then you can move to the lower aim assistance ones. The Shadow of Veils from Prison of Elders and Eye of Soul from Trials of Osiris have the highest available aim assistance in the game right now, so go try those out to get your feet wet. They also are not available for re-rolling, so you don't have to waste motes trying to get good perks. Just pick it up and go for it. Alright, now moving back into the perks for these new snipers. The first tier perks got changed up a bit, so I'll go ahead and just highlight on the screen which are best for PvP sniping. The best one to get out of all of these is Clown Cartridge. As I was talking about earlier, the special ammo meta is something that you should be thinking about when rolling an ideal PvP sniper rifle. Clown Cartridge will magically put an extra round in your magazine sometimes when you reload. My old LDR had this perk on it, and I got in the habit of reloading after every single shot, provided I had time to, since it would help my ammo game in the long run. Outlaw is also a good perk, but doesn't really do a whole lot for you outside of situations where the entire other team is in your sights and you really need to reload to kill those last two guys. Hidden Hand, Spray and Play are all okay, but not ideal. Rodeo should be avoided, since it just doesn't do anything from my tests. Recoil patterns are the exact same with and without it. The second row options are limited. In the first bubble, none of the options are really appealing, and in the second bubble, the only one that I might try to go for is armor-piercing rounds, but that's more of a novelty now. The second row options are usually all about the third bubble. Again, I've highlighted the top choices. These unfortunately all have their drawbacks. I'm going to bite the bullet and say that Casket Mag is the best option here. It increases your magazine size, but at the cost of stability. Rodeo doesn't help with the recoil at all, so don't try to roll Rodeo and Casket Mag thinking it'll help. As I said, the name of the game is ammo, so the more you have, the better off you are. When starting out though, I'd probably go for injection mold or hand-laid stock, since those just affect the range, and are more friendly to someone who's starting out sniping. The final perk options are again highlighted. It's really a toss-up right now between surplus and performance bonus. Surplus works really well on my rifle, but that's only because it meshes so well with Field Scout. Since you don't have that option, I think performance bonus edges out as the winner. It doesn't happen often, but if you're able to land consistent kills and reload a lot with Clown Cartridge, then you should have plenty of ammo to save you a run or two to the ammo crates. Replenish would be ideal, since a 5 kill streak will generally fill my super bar almost all the way, so headshotting 5 people and then popping my super could be good. But let's be honest, even the best players can't keep that up every single game. Unflinching is honestly a wasted perk. I've never noticed the decrease in scope movement when being hit. Grenadier is a perk that you just kind of settle for. If you keep getting the perfect scope and other perks but keep getting Grenadier as your final one, then alright. More grenades aren't really the end of the world, especially if you're a hunter and can just toss a trip mine to cover your flank. Okay, so those are my perk recommendations. If you want a good sniper rifle to try them out on, then I would honestly recommend her Benevolence. Out of all the new snipers, it feels like it's the one that's the most well-balanced. Going for ambush, clown cartridge, injection mold, and performance bonus would be a perfect sniper to start with, and it's a pretty deadly setup for experienced snipers as well. Now let's move on to the actual tips portion of the video. The first and largest tip that I can give you to sniping is simply practice. Seriously, there isn't some magic pill that you can take that will instantly make you better. It isn't something that you'll notice all at once either. I'll give you the same assignment that I had when I first took figure drawing classes. If you have the ability to record a match, then go ahead and record a game. Save it. Don't even look at it. Put it away on your computer somewhere and forget about it. After about 2 weeks of practice, record another video. Now go watch that video and the second one. Note the improvements and keep doing this and saving a video every 2 weeks. Eventually you'll see a huge difference between your first video and your newest one. This process is what we use in pretty much all of my art schooling. Skills like snipers are similar to drawing, in a way. You won't notice your improvements until you see your current skill side by side to your old skill. Reviewing your older footage will also help you notice things that you shouldn't be doing. In the heat of battle, you can't often process everything that's going on, and reviewing the footage can help you notice problem areas that you should correct. Think about this. Every week, I have to go through about 20 hours of PvP footage, so I'm always noticing things I did wrong. So aside from the reviewing footage idea, let's move on to some more practical tips. One of the first things I notice in people's videos is that they keep their crosshairs at chest level of the opponent. One of the keys to good sniping is doing things quickly. So having your crosshair at the level of your opponent's head is a way to save time between you recognizing an enemy and pulling the trigger and then them falling down. Start always practicing keeping your sights right at head height. It'll help you with your normal primary weapon gameplay as well. The other thing you can start doing is combining that tip with scope dragging. Sometimes your scope is just off your target's head, so simply dragging the scope in the direction of the head while pulling the trigger will allow you to usually get off a quick headshot. You can practice this on Fallen, since their models are pretty close to player height. Put your crosshair on their chest and then make your crosshair go up quickly. Once you get the timing down, then it pretty much becomes second nature for landing headshots. One of the biggest questions that I get is about controller sensitivity. In truth, the correct sensitivity is the one that you end up being the most comfortable with. I've played on everything from 1 to 10, and I found my sweet spot at 7. Unfortunately, you can't, as of this video, have different sensitivities for both aiming down sights and normal running around. So right now you have to find a happy medium for both. Some people like the twitchy nature of 10, and some people prefer the precision of 1. Just experiment with it until you find what works best for you. My recommendation would be to start at 5, and then go up if you feel like you need more, and down if you feel like you need less. So, that's it for this video. I hope you guys found some of it helpful. If you have any more questions, be sure to leave them in the comments. I will generally read the comments for about a week or so after the video goes up. This has been Patrick Casey with PlanetDestiny, your guide to the Destiny universe.